All right, in 1.2, we are looking at order of operations and evaluating expressions. I know this is something that you guys have all seen already, so this will act as a review. All right, so first things first, let's go over our order of operation, which we refer to that as PEMDAS. So going over PEMDAS, remember the P is parentheses, E is exponents, M is multiplication, D is division, A is for addition, and S is for subtraction. All right, remember, once you get down to multiplication and division, as well as addition and subtraction, that's when you have to go from left to right, because that acts as the tiebreaker. All right. So let's do a couple of quick examples here. So starting with parentheses, if I gave you an expression like 4 times parentheses 5 plus 3, remember you always start with inside the parentheses. So we're first going to do 5 plus 3. So I've got 4 times 5 plus 3, which gives us 8. 4 times 8 gives us 32. With exponents, if I give you an expression like 2 plus 2 squared, the first thing we're going to want to do is 2 squared because we have an exponent there. 2 squared, remember, is just 2 times 2. So I've got 2 plus 2 times 2, which is 4. And then 2 plus 4 is going to give us 6. All right, for multiplication and division, I'm going to give you an example with both of them. So if I gave you 8 divided by 2 times 4, remember, we're going to start going left to right. So the first operation here is going to be 8 divided by 2. 8 divided by 2 gives us 4 times 4. 4 times 4 is just going to give us 16. Similarly, with addition and subtraction, I've got 4 plus 4. Oops, 4 is not so great. That one's not much better. Minus 6. We're going to start going left to right. So we're going to start with 4 plus 4. 4 plus 4 gives us 8. Minus 6. 8 minus 6 gives us 2. So I know I went through that super quickly. You guys have all seen order of operations already. Just make sure that you take some time reviewing this and make sure that you have PEMDAS memorized. So we're next going to talk a little bit about exponents. So quick review on exponents. Exponent is when you have a small number that is above your base number, which in this case, it would be the B that is above the A. So for vocabulary on this, A we would consider our base, and B would be considered our exponent. So if I give you 4 to the third power, that would mean that I would multiply 4 by itself 3 total times. So 4 to the third power is just 4 times 4 times 4. 4 times 4 times 4. We can do this in our head. We've got 4 times 4, which gives us 16. 16 times 4 gives us 64. I will also teach you guys how to calculate that using your calculators so you can check your work. All right, so let's go through a couple of order of operations examples where we will use PEMDAS. For the sake of the video, I'm going to do the ones on the left side. I do ask that you guys try the ones on the right side, but we will go over them together in class. So the first example here, I have parentheses, 6 squared minus 3 cubed divided by 2. So going through PEMDAS, our first letter is P. So let's start with our parentheses. So once you identify your parentheses, then you have to restart order of operations to see if there's another set of parentheses, exponents, so on and so forth. In this case, we have 2 sets of exponents. We have 6 squared and 3 cubed. So let's start there. So I've got 6 squared, 6 times 6, which will give me 36, minus 3 cubed. 3 times 3 gives me 9, times 3 gives me 27. And we have all of that divided by 2. So although I started with my parentheses, I still have parentheses left over. So my next step, I'm going to go back and finish up those parentheses. So I've got 36 minus 29, which will give me 9 divided by 2. 9 divided by 2 doesn't quite give me a whole number, but that would equal 4.5. Or if you are working with fractions, well, you couldn't simplify that. Or you could just say 4 and 1/2 if you wanted to have a mixed fraction there. Either works for me. All right. Once again, with the next example here below, we have exponents, but this one is in a fraction form. So moving on with PEMDAS, we do not have parentheses, but we do have exponents. So let's start with both of our exponents. So I've got 6 to the 4th power. You may want to use a calculator for this, but that would give you 1,296 divided by 3 squared. 3 times 3 gives me 9, all over 9. So when you're working with a fraction like this, typically you do both parts of your fraction, your numerator and your denominator, separately before you would divide the two numbers. So I'm going to start with the top part of my fraction here. 1,296 divided by 9, which gives me 144 divided by 9. 144 divided by 9, using a calculator, would give me 16. So, like I said, why don't you guys try the 2 examples on the right here on your own, come to class, and we'll take a look at them together. Another one that I would like you guys to try on your own would be this evaluate question. So this one is a little more difficult. The key to this one is the first thing you want to do is substitute both of your variables into your expression, and from there, use your order of operations. Okay, this question is a little more difficult. I'd like you guys still to attempt it on your own, try to figure it out, but we will try this together in class. All right, Thanks for watching. Please try those ones on your own and come to class with any questions.